Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to a brand new installment in the Tetris Talk series. As a brief reminder, as this series has been kind of intermittent as to when it's appeared, this is a project that I do about once a month, or I try to do once a month, to give you an opportunity to ask questions in kind of an AMA type format while I just have some casual gameplay that I've pre-recorded going on in the background. And this game of Tetris that you're watching is my best round ever, so hopefully you enjoy that while I go through a couple of other thoughts that I have. And again, I try to refer back to the previous installments of this series to answer questions or any questions that might be pertinent. So if you do have questions for me, feel free to leave them in the comments for this video, as I will refer back to those primarily for the next installment in this series. But there are a couple of things that I wanted to address, as well as a couple of thoughts that I just had. So let's go ahead and get through some of those items there. So the first item is having to do with some of my channel analytics, or channelytics, I guess you could call, if you're looking to have a little bit more of a fun name for it. I will put the graphic on the screen. It's a little bit of a shameless thing that every YouTuber does every now and again, and you'll notice that only about 7% of the people that view my videos are actually subscribed to the channel. And the fact of the matter is, if I only had 15% of my viewers subscribed to the channel, I would be at that 1,000 subscriber mark and be able to actually consider YouTube somewhat of a full-time job. Now, that doesn't mean that I'd quit what I'm doing currently to transition away to that, but it would allow me to justify a little bit more to myself that the work that I'm doing is appreciated by those that come by and view it. And I feel like it is. I'm not trying to downplay that, but it definitely would, from a number standpoint at the very least, feel a lot more like that, since YouTube puts that as their threshold for what they perceive to be the indicator of success, if you will. So if that applies to you, if you're in that 93 some odd percent and you haven't subscribed already, please take a second to do that, as it does greatly help me out. And I'm hoping to reach that 1,000 subscriber mark by or before the channel 2-year anniversary. So again, that would just really be awesome if we can meet that milestone. And as a reminder, I do have a channel subscriber goal set to get a Twitter where you can interact with me a little bit more so than I tend to do in these comments, at 750 subscribers. So once we reach that point, I will be getting a Twitter where I will attempt to be a little more active and do some promotion of the videos that I'm extremely excited about, as well as, you know, source ideas for a couple of other projects that I'm hoping to bring to the channel in the coming months. So that will certainly be fun as well. Now, one of the other things that I wanted to talk about, I think I touched briefly on this a few months back, is I currently hold 3 world records for Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, which is awesome. The last 2 that I ended up doing are a little bit of a tedious record in the no buffs category, so those were definitely some difficult ones to slog out. But I do plan on continuing in my endeavors to be the champion of all single-player speedrun records for Ultimate Alliance 3, and I now only have 2 left that I'm going after. So if you want to watch or interact with me live while I do those, I do stream them over on my Twitch channel. The link to my Twitch channel is in the description of all of my videos, including the one today. So if you want to follow me over there to make sure that you don't miss the speedrun live streams or other live streams that I do from time to time, that would be awesome as well. I do try to stream at least once a week, but sometimes life gets in the way and that just isn't possible. But hey, if you want to follow me over there as well, if we can get to the 50 follower mark on Twitch, then that certainly would be more of an incentive to reassess how frequently I am streaming. And we're about 60% of the way there, as I have around 30 followers over on Twitch. So your call, but I would greatly appreciate seeing those numbers rise and be able to interact with you a little bit more on that side. So I've been considering a lot of what needs to happen for me going forward with the projects that I'm working on here on the channel. For the foreseeable future, I do still plan on doing daily uploads, as that has done very well for the channel format. There will come a time sometime down the road where I won't be able to keep up with that frequency, but we will cross that bridge when we come to it, and I will be in communication with what my plans are for the future of the channel at that point in time as well. Though the one type of content that I do know is going to be here to stay is the Minecraft content that I'm doing. And if you're not primarily here for the Minecraft stuff, I will still be doing other content, as I want to be a variety channel and not just fit into one specific box. But the Minecraft stuff, there's just a lot to do with it, and especially with the 1.17 update that is right around the corner within the next couple of months, hopefully, especially with the different snapshots that we've been seeing there. Tomorrow, I am dropping a very big, exciting project that is Minecraft related that I think will be quite impactful. So hopefully that video performs well, and if it does, well, we could hopefully see some numbers bolstered before there as well. I do have a TikTok that I post to occasionally, though it's mainly just highlights from a lot of the other videos that I've done or I've worked on. I can leave a link to my profile in the description if that's something that you're interested in, or maybe I'll leave it in a pinned message instead. So if there's interest in that, be sure to let me know about that, so I can link that here as well. A couple of projects that I had talked about in the past, I know I had talked about potentially playing New World, which is a game that was being worked on by Amazon. That game was supposed to release mid to late last year, and it's been pushed all the way out to August of this year, which I think is a full year delay from its original launch time. I don't know if I'll still dabble with that when it comes out, but it would certainly be interesting to at least play in a live stream format or something else to the effect, if nothing else. So we'll just kind of have to see if there's any other details coming about that game in the future here. Another interesting thing or game that I was looking forward to, which has also been pushed back, or the official release has been pushed back indefinitely, is the Hytale game, which is a sandbox style game by Hypixel Studios. And if you play a lot of Minecraft, you already know who Hypixel is based off of the multiplayer servers that they organize specifically for minigames and other PvP type combat that takes place there. A little bit of the backstory for them, as I've read into on myself, they formed their own game development studios of Hypixel Studios rather than just the Hypixel servers, after Microsoft made some changes to in-game purchases affecting gameplay, which cut into about 85% of the revenue that they were making previously from the Hypixel arena. And the Hytale game is kind of their answer to do the things that they are looking forward to. It was projected that that game was going to be dropping sometime this year, but in December they made a statement stating that they would not have a definite release date for some period of time. So maybe we'll still see it later this year. It could still be a couple years down the road. And part of my thought process with that is it may be an interesting thing for them to consider moving it to a open or closed beta type testing, because that's really what helped Minecraft get off the ground, is the fact that it was open very early on in its game life cycle and has been open to the community for over 10 years at this point and done very, very well for itself. But what do you think about the approach that Hypixel is taking, or about any of these other games that were coming forward? Be sure to let me know of any questions you have for this series in the comments down below. Thanks again for watching, and I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day.